What's up? It's me. I'm back for 2019, giving you guys actual video content. Like the title suggests, this is a commentary video of Kerslash episode 1 and 2. As you may or may not know, I'm currently in the process of working on episode 3, and I've been going back and sort of looking at the old episodes and just like reviewing stuff I did in the past. It's just I had a lot of thoughts and notes and stuff. And I actually always intended to do a double commentary like this. I just never really had time to pull it off, or didn't have the equipment to actually like execute it the way I'm doing now. So yeah, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna watch episodes 1 and 2 and talk through them. And I'm gonna be pausing it in certain parts where like I want to elaborate on stuff. You might be pointing out that you already did a commentary track for episode 1. I know this is true, but like that was a million years ago, and this is my updated opinion on the episodes in general and stuff. So, without further ado, let's get started. So the thing about this scene... This scene, hold up. Let's pause. I'm pausing already. This particular scene, number one, I just want to point out that I did this entirely on paper. Episode 1 is, I think, both of them are entirely on paper, which blows my mind now because I don't work on paper anymore. But the first thing I want to point out about this scene is that this is based on my experience in art school. Like, Kerslash, in a nutshell, is based on my art school experience. The original idea for Kerslash was that it was going to be about these kids in art school, and everybody sort of had their own discipline. So there was going to be like a photography dude, animation person, and people with all these different backgrounds and stuff. And I always sort of thought of it like, these people were like badasses in these specific fields that all have been like lumped together in art school. And, that was the original premise of what would eventually become Kerslash. And then I got the idea of having this like ninja girl who's just a ninja girl in the background as like a comic relief character and like to do, I guess basically like ninja meme gags and stuff. And then eventually that character became the most interesting character to me. So she became the star. And that's really why Paige goes to art school, is because after that I said, well, okay, if she's a ninja in art school, then why is everybody else just normal? So I was like, well, what if one of them was like a pirate? And then I was like, what if they were a sky pirate? I was like, yeah, that's cool. So that's kind of what it was originally. When it was an actual comic before it was an animated series. So, like, the reason I'm telling you all this is that this is based on those commercials that used to come on for art schools. I don't remember what school it was, but it was like these really cheesy commercials where you could get like a degree in like game design. And I think I directly quoted that commercial where the dude is like, "Can you believe we get paid to do this?" The general idea, and the thing I'd never elaborated on in this episode, which I'm going to do later, is that ninjas have gone mainstream in Kerslash. So you can basically like go to like a charter school or something to get a degree and become a ninja. Like, everybody's a ninja in this universe, basically. But then there's other people who aren't ninjas. And what happened was, I guess, it's kind of a spoiler, I guess, but not a big deal. What happened was, Koguryu School of Ninjutsu was the first ninja school to go public and start accepting students outside of the clan. And then they started generating so much money that all the other ninja schools started copying them. And then after that, there were all these for-profit ninja schools that just popped up that were like, yeah, come and be a ninja in 2 years and get your degree and stuff like that. So that's really what the heart of this scene is about. I don't think I really elaborated on that. I think I had the intention of getting to that later, because like what you have to understand is when I made this first episode, I thought I was going to be cranking episodes out. I thought that like this would take me 4 months and I would do like 10 episodes or something. So I thought I had time to elaborate. Man, did I not know what the hell I was getting into. So yeah, that's what that is. So let's keep going.
My name is Paige, and I wanted to be a ninja before I hit mainstream.
That couch looks really bad. This intro, man. So, okay, I know having an intro like this for an animated web series is pretty impractical. But, like, if you know me, you know that I love anime intros. So, if I was going to make an anime influence show, it's almost ridiculous I don't have some kind of opening credit sequence. And it's pretty simple, and I drew it all with my really shitty tablet, which is, if you look at the art, it's kind of in a weird wonky place that's different than the rest of the art. And even the beginning, this whole scene right here, this is all tablet. This is the only part of it that's not on paper. And this background is modeled after the break room at the place I was working at the time. I've come a long way since I first started doing backgrounds. Now, you can tell it's switched to paper right there. Look at that drawing. Also, one thing I'm noticing is, like, I did, like, a color grading thing on this episode that I don't really do anymore. It looks really good. In my mind, this episode looked way worse than it actually does. And I sort of had this, like, romantic angle thing I was playing up with Paige and Reggie that I don't think I'm going to do anymore, but I don't know. Okay, let me talk about this scene. Hold on, let's pause. This episode 1 is 2 episodes mashed together because I had this insane idea that every single episode has to have a fight scene. So at this point, there was going to be 5 episodes. The whole season was going to be 5 episodes. There was going to be an episode where it was just Erica challenging Paige. And I wanted to open on a fight scene. Or at least I wanted a fight scene in the first episode. I probably should have just made that a separate episode. Because, you know, really, the idea of having a fight scene every single episode is logistically insane. But I'm already in the ditch now, though, so I have to do it. But because I didn't want to split, I didn't want to do that episode first, and I wanted to jump right to the action. I mashed those 2 episodes together. So this manga sequence thing, it's an homage to Fooly Cooly, but also it's the entire confrontation. If you look at it, hold on, let's see. It's the entire confrontation. It's gonna let me do this. And like some of these are redraws from the webcomic. If you have been like following this for that long. But yeah, like in retrospect, if I was gonna do this again, I would definitely split this into 2 episodes and include this scene, because I think I don't know. I was really worried about not having enough action in the action show. If you watch any anime that's action-oriented, they don't have a fight scene every episode. Even something like Kill la Kill, which almost had a fight or action sequence every episode, only had like 4 major action sequences. And then lots of little sort of, lower budget action sequences. Yeah, I don't remember it. Oh, wow, yeah, this is like translated straight from the webcomic. Like, these aren't the actual panels, but I remember I went back and I redrew these on Bristleboard, like giant size. They're in here somewhere. I don't know where they are, and like made those screen tones and stuff. And I thought this would be like a funny thing for the fans of the webcomic. I really like that drawing of Erica. It goes by so fast. I don't even know if people notice it. I really like that drawing too. That drawing is dope. Her giant tongue.
What?
There's also this thing where like Paige only eats like junk food. I don't know what I was going through. But you'll notice she's having candy for lunch and a banana and a soda.
That's right, Reggie. No meaningless battles. Number one rule of being a ninja. Besides,
Back then, I was doing a lot of frames for lip sync. I think those lips are on 2s. Now, when this cuts, there's going to be a jump in quality.
meaningless battle.
Those wonky speed lines. I'm really proud of that fucking background with the bench. This all looks great now.
What? Who does she think she is? It's not enough just to have
Also, I gotta point out that the voice actors, Erica's voice actor in particular, she is so dope. Like, I probably shouldn't tell you guys this, but I'm really worried I'm not going to be able to get the voice actors for episode 3. I'm praying I could get them all back. But, man, yeah, Erica's voice actor is dope. Alright, let me explain this Sonic song. So, originally, in the comic, there's this part where she blows in an NES cartridge, and I thought that was going to be, like, the most iconic image of the entire thing. And like I would make t-shirts with her blowing into this NES cartridge, because a big part of her character is that she's a retro gamer and she like collects old school games and stuff. So like I wanted to have her blowing in the NES cartridge in the animated series, but there was nowhere to put it. Like it would be a superfluous scene. I like hemmed and hawed about it, and I tried to figure out a way to include that cartridge scene, and there was no way, like, unless I added like another third of episode or something, there was no way to include it. So my solution to that was just to have her sing the theme song to the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. And my thinking with that was that it sort of gives you the same information about the type of character she is. So maybe, you know, she's not directly blowing into an NES cartridge, but you still sort of know she's kind of a nerdy gamer type person if she knows enough to know the lyrics to the intro to Sonic the Hedgehog. Also, here's a cool thing. When Paige fights, she does a lot of spinning, like Sonic. Like that was like a thing I thought about, where like at episode 2, there's like a couple scenes where she like spins in a ball, and that was totally intentional. Like episode 3, there's going to be a lot of her like doing spin dashy type stuff. But yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Too fast for the name.
Man, another thing with this episode is I had so many problems with YouTube and this royalty-free music.
Reggie?
This looks great. This looks way better than I remember. Paper, baby. All paper. Yeah, but I was saying I had so many problems with YouTube and that royalty-free music. Originally, what I was going to do is I had all this like Capcom fighting game music that I said, fuck it, I'm just going to use that as a soundtrack. That's why in the beginning of the episode you hear that X-Men vs. Street Fighter versus screen music. It's because, you know, it was going to be like rival schools music and stuff from Street Fighter Alpha, but then I got kind of worried because I was like, you know, I don't want to get flagged, or if I want to show this somewhere where copyright's going to be a problem or whatever, I don't want to run into any issues. So I had like this. I'll pause it while I say this. I had this royalty-free music CD that I got from college, and all the music from this episode, except for the X-Men vs. Street Fighter thing, is all royalty-free. And I specifically did that to avoid any problems with YouTube. And what happens is that a company will buy the royalty-free music company and then go on YouTube and flag everybody's shit. So, like, my whole episode got flagged and demonetized. And this is back when you could actually make, not a lot of money, but you could make some money off of YouTube back then. So I was really mad about that, where they flagged this episode for all the music when I specifically used royalty-free music. And that's the first episode. Let's go to the second one.